Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. I hope you're having a great Holy Week. This week as we celebrate the Passion of the Lord as He goes to the cross. We commemorate His going to the cross this week. Today being Thursday would be Maundy Thursday, tomorrow Good Friday, and then of course Easter Sunday comes this weekend. So I hope that you're ready for a great celebration of the Lord's passion and His redemption and resurrection. This is a wonderful week for the church. Today we're looking at verses 9, 10, and 11, and if you have your Bible open there, let me read it for you. I was silent. I did not open my mouth. You have done it. Turn away from over me your stroke. I am consumed by the hostility of your hand. With your rebukes you turn away man from his sin, and you make his desire to be consumed like a moth. Thus every man is vain. Selah. All right, so verses 9, 10, and 11 today. And you notice that we have the opposite of verses 1, 2, and 3. All wrapped up into one little verse here in verse 9. He said, I was silent. I did not open my mouth. You have done it. Now, as I said earlier in the week, this is my translation, and I've doubled that because there is an emphasis in the Hebrew that wants that to be emphasized. The you. You have done it. You see, David couldn't do it himself. There's a difference here. Charles Spurgeon, in his commentary on the Psalms, says there's a difference between silence that's sinful and silence that's saintly. The silence in verses 1, 2, and 3 is sinful because he got angry. He was silent, but he was angry. He was hot. The fire raged. There was no grace there. But the silence that's saintly is filled with grace. It's filled with peace. You're able to be silent, not because you can, but because the Lord can through you. It's His grace being expressed in your silence. And so he says here, you've done it. I didn't open my mouth. You did it for me. You did this. This is the evidence of grace, and it points back to the confession and the prayer that he makes there in 7 and 8. The confession being, I'm going to wait for you, O Lord. My hope is in you. What else have I got to wait for? My hope is in you. And then he makes that wonderful prayer, from my transgressions, deliver me. And then he said, after that, I was silent. I was dumb. I didn't open my mouth. And you have done this. This is the Lord's work. Turn away from over me your stroke. I am consumed by the hostility of your hand. You see, now David recognizes that the discipline and the chastening of the Lord, the rod that's in the hand of the Lord, is for his good. And he says, take away now the rod from me, the hostility of your hand from over me. So, why? Well, he made that confession and that prayer, and he embraces the rod. If you kiss the rod, friend, and you ask the Lord to take it away, if you're humble and you submit to His discipline, then He's going to do that. David makes this prayer, turn it away. Now it's enough. The hostility of your hand is enough. And then he gives us this principle in 11. He says, with your rebukes, you turn away man from his sin. Isn't that wonderful? You see, the rod that God has in His hand is not capricious. He just doesn't discipline us and punish us willy-nilly. He doesn't chasten us just because He delights to chasten us. No, He does it for a reason, and it's a refined reason. It's refined for every man. And so He turns us away from sin by His rods. He consumes the desire. Like a moth consumes a garment, He consumes that desire that the rod is meant to discipline. And so He eats that up, and then what happens? Well, we find out that really life is vain. There's so many things that I'm involved in that are vain and unlasting. But what is it that I'm involved in that's lasting? It is my relationship to the Lord. Seek Him. Wait on Him. Cry out to Him. He'll answer you and give you a life of meaning. Join me tomorrow. We'll look at verses 12 and 13 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.